You send money home every month, and by the middle of the month your own account is already empty. Meet Grace and meet Comfort. They grew up together in Nigeria. Both of them moved abroad. Both of them found steady office jobs. Both of them earned almost the same salary. And both of them sent money home every single month. Their two lives looked almost completely identical. If you send money home every month and your own account is empty by the middle of it, then this story is about you. Because one ordinary morning, Grace and Comfort both got the exact same phone call. 6 months after that call, their lives could not have looked more different. One of them was calm and steady and slowly rebuilding. The other had lost almost everything she had crossed an ocean to build. And the difference between them was not how much money they earned. It was not luck. It was one small, invisible decision that neither of them thought mattered at the time. Stay with me to the end of this story, and you will know exactly what that one decision was. And you will know why it can be the difference between surviving a crisis and being destroyed by one. If you have ever felt that quiet fear about your own money, comment the word "ready" so I know you are here with me. Grace had landed in Dallas and Comfort had landed in Manchester. They had left home in the same year, just a few months apart. They both worked hard and they were both very good at what they did. They both rented small apartments they could only just afford. They both kept a photograph of their mother stuck to the fridge door. If you had put their two lives side by side on a table, you would have sworn one thing. You would have sworn they were going to end up in exactly the same place. But there was one invisible difference between them, and neither Grace nor Comfort had any idea that it would one day decide their entire future. Let me show you just how identical their lives really were. On payday, the routine was the same in both cities. The salary would land in the account, and within a day, almost all of it was already spoken for. First came the rent, then came the money home. For Grace, that was her mother's blood pressure medicine and her younger brother's school fees. For Comfort, it was almost exactly the same list. By the end of most months, both women had almost nothing left. Their accounts ran all the way down to the bottom, and both of them had made their peace with that. Because in their minds, an empty account simply meant they were good and faithful daughters. They even talked about it on the phone sometimes, laughing about how they were always broke by the end of the month. They earned the same. They gave the same. They worried the same. Two lives that looked like mirror images of each other. But there was that one small difference. And here is what it was. Every payday, before Comfort sent a single pound back home, she quietly moved a little money into a separate account. It was an account with no card attached to it. An account she treated as if it did not exist. Some weeks it was only £20, some weeks a little more. Honestly, it did not look like much of anything. Her own family teased her about it and called her stingy for holding money back. Even Grace, when Comfort mentioned it once, gently told her that she worried too much. And maybe she did. It was such a small thing. It was so easy to believe that it made no real difference at all. Grace never started one. Every extra dollar she had went straight home where the need was always real and always waiting. Neither of them believed that one quiet little account meant anything. They were both about to find out the truth, because the very same storm was already on its way to each of them. For both women, it started quietly, as a rumor at work. In Dallas, Grace overheard two colleagues by the coffee machine talking about the company cutting costs. In Manchester, Comfort heard the very same kind of whisper in her own office. Neither of them let herself take it seriously. It is always some other department, always some other person. But in both companies, the quiet signs were adding up. First, there was a hiring freeze. Then the yearly bonuses everyone counted on were cancelled. Then, in each office, someone quietly carried a cardboard box out to their car, and nobody could bring themselves to look at them. And then, one ordinary morning, the phone rang. For Grace in Dallas and for Comfort in Manchester, almost in the very same hour. It was the call they had both told themselves would never come. The message was short, and it was kind, and it was final. Their jobs were gone. This is the moment their two identical lives split completely apart. Start with Grace. She hung up the phone and she opened the banking app on it, almost without meaning to. And there it was, $40. That was everything she had left in the world that morning. Her rent was due in 3 days, and her family back home had no idea any of this was coming. To them, she was the strong one. She was the child who sent the money, never the one who needed it. So she sat there completely alone, staring at that number, and she told nobody. Now go to Comfort in Manchester on that very same morning. For a few seconds, she felt the exact same cold fear. Her stomach dropped, just like Grace's did. She is only human. But then she remembered the account. The quiet one, with no card, the one she had been feeding for 2 years while everyone called her stingy. She opened it, and she looked. And sitting right there was enough money to cover all of her basic bills for 3 whole months. That one fact changed everything about her day. Comfort did not have to panic. She did not have to grab the first desperate job just to survive. Instead, she made a cup of tea, she sat down, and she calmly started updating her CV. She had time to breathe, and time to find the right next job instead of just any job at all. Same town, same dream, same job, same salary, the same phone call on the same morning. And yet one of them was quietly rebuilding, while the other was staring at $40, wondering how she would survive the week. The only real difference between them was that one small account. And here is the part of this whole story that I love the most. In the worst and loneliest week of Grace's life, the one person who truly showed up for her was Comfort. Comfort never once called to say, "I told you so," not a single time. Because she still remembered just how close she had come to that same edge herself. So instead of lecturing her friend, she talked Grace through the panic, gently, one day at a time, and she helped her hold on. And when the worst of it had passed, she gave Grace 3 plain sentences. She said, "First, work out the smallest amount you need to survive for 1 month. Just your rent, your food, your transport, and the basics. Then every time money comes in, put a little toward that number first, before you send anything home. And finally, keep it somewhere annoying to reach so that you leave it alone." That same week, with almost nothing to her name, Grace opened her own separate account and moved her first small amount into it. It was tiny, but it did not matter that it was tiny. It was the first brick in a wall between her and that terrible morning ever coming back. So now you finally know what that one small decision was. It was not a secret. It was not clever. It was simply a cushion. And here is the exact plan, so that your story ends like Comfort's and never like Grace's. It comes down to one number, 1 month. Your goal is 1 full month of your basic survival costs, saved in cash that you can actually reach, kept in its own separate account, and built up first before your money goes anywhere else. That one thing is the whole difference between a real disaster and just a bad week. And if a whole month sounds impossible to you right now, do not let that stop you before you begin. Start with 1 week. Start with $50 set aside this Friday. The size of it is not the point today. Starting is the point. Because a layoff, or an illness, or an emergency out of nowhere, it is coming for someone you love this year. It always does. And the ones left standing are almost never the ones who earned the most money. They are the ones who quietly kept a little behind them, the way that Comfort did. So before you close this video, do one thing for me. Comment the word cushion down below. And right next to it, tell me the first bill your cushion would have to cover if your paycheck stopped this week. Because naming it out loud is the first real step to making it happen. And if this story hit home for you, subscribe and stay close to this channel. The next video is about how to keep taking care of your family back home without ever draining that hard-won cushion dry. You crossed an entire ocean for the people you love. Now go and build the one small thing that makes sure a single bad morning can never take it all away from you again. Pray, plan, and act. We move.